Hello children, welcome to Yamuna's Physics. Today we are here to discuss two words, namely capacitors and capacitance, section 2.11 of chapter 2. So let us start. We know the words resistors and resistance. In current electricity, we might have heard the term resistors and resistance. Very similar to those two words, we have new two words known as capacitors and capacitance. Capacitors, the device; capacitance, the ability. So it's very clear from the two words itself: resistor, the device; resistance, the ability. Quite similar, repeat. Capacitors meaning that device. Capacitance means the ability of the device. So let us see in the detail. Okay, capacitor is a device to store electric charge. The duty is to store electric charge. So we are going to discuss how it can store charge. And it consists of two conductors separated by an insulator or a dielectric. So two conductors will be there. In between you will have a dielectric or insulator. That is the configuration of a capacitor. So let us see how this configuration works so that it gets capacitance. Okay. So come here. We have two conductors. One conductor, second conductor. In between you have an insulator or dielectric. This is how you make a capacitor. But this can be of any shape: parallel, cylindrical, spherical. In market we can have paper capacitors, cylindrical capacitors, then in the form of square. Any kind of shape you can have. So this conductors can be of any shape. Similarly, the capacitor shape also differs. Okay, now come, we need two terms here. One, what's the net charge? Net charge is given by Q1 minus Q2, but practically Q1 will be same as Q2. So what is the charge difference? It is 0. Charge difference normally will be 0 for a capacitor, because this will be of charge Q, this will be of charge Q. So the difference of charge is 0. Means both will be of same charge practically. Now the main point is this one. What is a potential difference? This is V1. If you connect this to a battery, one will get V1, the other will get V2. Plus battery, minus battery. So this is positive V1 minus V2. So how comes V1 minus V2? What's the importance of V1 minus V2 here? For that we have to go to the other sections in before. Potential. The word was potential and potential difference. We have studied in earlier topics, earlier videos. We have seen what is potential and what is potential difference. Let me recap that point. Potential difference is the work done in taking unit positive charge from 2 to 1. What is 2? This is 2. What is 1? This is 1. So taking a unit positive charge from 2 to 1. Why? It should be against electric field. What is electric field here? You know, this is a positive charge, this is a negative charge. Definitely electric field will be from 1 to 2. This is positive end, this is negative end. So electric field is from plus to minus. First lesson we have studied. So if you have a charge Q plus Q, charge minus Q, in between electric field towards right. So you are doing some amount of work to pick a unit test charge from 2 to 1 against the electric field. Underline the word against, against. So this is how actually the capacitor works, or the principle goes like that. So we will come to that. This is exactly the principle. What is the meaning? Q increases means if the charge of the capacitors are high, what will happen? If charge is high, definitely electric field will rise. Coulomb's law, simply Coulomb's law. What is the electric field and charge relation? 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 Q by R square. So when Q rises, electric field by default rises. Now, when electric field is rising, what is the work done? Electric field is push and pull manner. Is it not? You are moving against the electric field. Suppose this is the direction of the electric field. I have to do a work to overcome the field in the reverse manner. Means as electric field is going on increasing, the work done by myself or external agency to cross the electric field in the reverse manner is increasing. Whatever be the push, the same will be the pull, so that it will overcome. So work done increases. And what is work done? Work done is nothing but potential difference. So you can say when Q rises, V rises. This is the reason. This is the reason to show that this is the reason why you say Q increasing, V increasing, or this is the principle. What is the principle? As Q increases, V increases. Reverse. As Q decreases, V decreases. So the principle behind a capacitor is Q proportional to V. Means Q is equal to a constant into V. That constant is known as capacitance. So capacitance is also defined as ratio of charge to potential. Capacitance is also defined as the ratio of charge to potential. And the capacitance depends on not Q or V, but shape, size, separation, nature of insulator. This is very, very important word, nature of insulator. I'll come back. So it depends on shape. That's what I told you. You can have any shape possible for the conductors. Accordingly, you will have different shape, different size, and the separation. Separation means the gap in between. You can increase or decrease the gap in between the two conductors. But the main thing is nature of the insulator. You are using some insulator well inside this yellow shaded region is the insulator. The nature of the medium is very, very important. So these are the factors on which capacitance depends. The unit, when you go to the unit, it will be farad. That is 1 coulomb by 1 volt. It's known as 1 farad. So 1 farad is F equal to 1 capacitance by 1 volt. So what is capacitance? It is the ability of a conductor to store electric charge. You can define capacitance as ability to store electric charge, or it is the ratio of charge to potential. Okay. Now last word, nature of the insulator I told you. Why that is emphasized? For that, let me say, I have told you here you have a medium known as dielectric or insulator. Now suppose this have a fixed charge Q, and if the voltage is coming down by some way, if the voltage is coming down, it is lowering, what happens to the capacitance? Capacitance rises. Capacitance rises means what? The ability to store charge rises. Means charge again increases. The charge again increases. Charge increases means what? Electric field again increases. Electric field increases means what? What happens if the electric field is increasing? This nearby region, surrounding region has air. So what happens to air? Air starts ionizing. Ionization happens. When ionization happens, what happens? Na plus Cl minus, you have studied ions, Na plus Cl minus. So these kind of ions, air molecules ionize, and you have positive ions, negative ions throughout the surface. That particular area whole filled with ions. So what happens to ions? Ions naturally come and catch these plus charges and these minus charges. It results in reduction of charge for this two conductors. So they lose charge or leakage of charge happens for the conductor. So that is very, very, very remarkable thing. So we have to think that there is a particular limit for the electric field. There is a limit for the electric field to withstand this. That is known as dielectric strength. So that capability or that maximum limit an electric field can stand to overcome this destruction of charges or the leakage of charges, or to withstand this leakage is known as dielectric strength. So the material in between, that the nature of insulator is very, very, very important. Otherwise it happens leakage of charges. So that's all with the term capacitance and capacitor. Once again underlining, capacitor is the device, capacitance is the ability. So thank you for listening. If any doubts, please put in the comment box. Thank you.